Yo, people, lateness is greatness. You already know what time it is. It's time for the Chelsea versus Fulham preview. And of course, I've got my boys, Mayo and Sam, in the building. Boys, how are you doing, man? It's good to be back.
Yeah, man. All good, man. All good, man. Bank holiday weekend, you know. Good vibe, you know. I don't know. I'm just happy. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
No one's nervous about next Wednesday. No, you're all good.
Not thinking about it. Not thinking about
it. You haven't slept since.
Fam, I
know this guy's got a rosary underneath his pillow and that. He's just taking it out like. He's waking up in the night. Like, oh my gosh,
bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, this Fulham thing is just like it's just a bypass to the greater good. You know what I'm saying? It's a bypass to what's better in life, which is the Real Madrid game. I'm just hoping there's just no nonsense in this match, and it's just get the job done and move on. No drama. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up to everybody in the chat. You know, obviously social media blackout or boycott. If you want to call it, from the club and all the different clubs around the country and some football associations. And I think the F1 even put out a statement as well, which is interesting to see. I mean, boys, what do you make of it all? Because obviously they're going on, you know, social media strike until what is it, Tuesday? Is it Tuesday night?
Basically Tuesday.
Yeah. I think it's good. I think it in the grand scheme of things, it's not like the biggest thing that would make like a mad change, you know what I mean? But I think it's more of just like a indication of how everyone is together trying to like stop this thing in it. Like, and if all of these organizations, because don't get it twisted, like them not posting like is gonna hurt everyone's pocket that is involved in it. Like people that are posting, there's advertising involved in it, like there's people that are going to lose out on money, like on both sides. So I think when you hurt people's pockets, like we've seen with the European Super League, that's when it might actually force someone's hand to say, okay, cool, like we actually have to take this seriously. So yeah, man, I think it's a good first step.
It's good to show the unity and whatnot, because obviously it's a common fight, much like when the Super League was going on. Everyone fought for the same cause and you got the job done. I have to wonder though, social media, because social media is huge. So football in this country is just one. I don't even know if football from other countries like Italy and Spain are involved. Probably not. Football from this country is such a small part of social media. You've got celebrities, like everybody's still going about their business, Mayo. Do you feel like it's going to make even a small dent in these men's pockets? Because this is all about money, as per usual. Yeah. It's all about money, isn't it?
You've raised the sick point, which is basically like, for me, there's two parts to this. There's racism, right, which is a societal issue. And then for me, there's the other part, which is when I look at this, I take it a step away from racism just to begin with. I think this is more of an attempt of, okay, you can't stop racism like that. If we could, this would have been done time ago. There's going to be so many things over a long period of time that, you know, actually combats racism. But what this is trying to do is it's trying to say we don't want, you know, racism to be in spaces that are supposed to be safe. And what it's trying to do, from, you know, speaking and trying to understand it from both sides, is you guys have power to stop this kind of occurring. You can't stop the racism, but you can stop the abuse and everything. But because of government laws and everything, there's a gray area, and you say it's not our responsibility. By taking everything away, we hope that you realize we're serious about this and you do something about it. And what you said is so true. It's like, will the influence of football be felt if there's so much other stuff going on in the world? The answer is I really don't know. It's a really, really good point you raised. Like, at the end of the day, social media is used for football, it's used for other sports, it's used for flipping gossip, it's used for TV shows. Line of Duty might go crazy on Sunday, I think it is, and that's getting much coverage and everything. But we do know that football, in terms of broadcasting, highlights, all that type of stuff, there is a lot of it that goes through it. So the hope, and this is what I want people to understand from this, I think what people want from this is, if we do this pressure, social media companies then go, you know what, we are going to clamp down on abuse that we see. That doesn't stop racism, but at least it moves us to a place where abuse...
It's not tolerated.
it's not tolerated, and basically it's trying to get people to take accountability. Where my argument is that I feel like it's great if that happens, but we have to look at everything else, and everyone else has to take accountability as well. It's not just about social media. It's about, fans in stadiums. It's about, football clubs looking after their actual fans. I mean, people always have the conversation about Chelsea, right? And talking about how can you support Chelsea when the club's done this, club's that. We all know the club's past and what happens. It is a responsibility of a club to a certain extent that anyone that wears a blue shirt and represents that club feels equal and they don't feel like they're going to get abused. Therefore, they have to do educational things and protect the fans, if you get where I'm coming from. So this is just one part. And I think the key thing is I want people to understand that nothing changes overnight, and solidarity is better than nothing. Yeah. And sometimes you have to see something play out before you can then rip it apart. I'll be honest, when I saw this happening, I was just like, this is all done. I had to really go and say, hold on, let me take it away and really look into stuff. And I was like, okay, cool. Let me take away my anger, everything else. Yeah. Let me look at what this can potentially achieve. And if it doesn't achieve that, then I can say, you know what, it didn't
work.
But yeah, that's my viewpoint on it. And what I'd say as well is, I feel everyone is entitled to feel how they feel about this. There's no right or wrong answer, and there's no way to solve this like this. But have healthy conversation. That's what I would say. Whatever happens, have healthy conversation. Don't just be like, just really just have conversations about people's different views and figure out what you can do within your power to try and change something.
Yeah, and just one more thing. I think people just need to be more open to listening to like Mayowa said, there's not like one direct answer to solving all of these problems. Because one conversation I had with people earlier, they were like, but the UEFA took the ECL so serious and all of this stuff. But then I was like, in this situation, it's kind of different. You know what I mean? I feel like when you look at the social media abuse, that's not really the same as UEFA not taking like racism serious. Like UEFA not taking racism serious is another issue. Like that's something that we can say, they need to step up on that. But this is something that the footballing world, like the footballing media world, can actually do something about in blacking out and not posting anything. And for the people that are actually involved, they know the impact that it has. Like even at FD, like we know. Like if you're not posting, like there's a lot that goes on with that. It's not just, we're just gonna have the weekend off. Like this is people's jobs that people are stopping their livelihoods and stuff to try and send out a message. And it might not be the perfect, it might not work. Like, you know what I mean? But there's these things you actually have to try, because no one has the direct answer. Everyone has the conversation and they say, this is what needs to be done. No one really knows. But one thing we have to do is that as like a football community is like at least strive to try and do some things, like not to stay stagnant, because that's what their man done it back in the day when all of these things are happening. All of these ex-players are saying, we're used to it and all of this stuff. But the players now, they're not trying to get used to it. They're trying to call it out every time that they hear it, and they want things to be done. And as a football community, we're trying to support that. So yeah, man, if this is the way that they think it can take a step in the right direction, then we should do that.
Push through it. Yeah, 100%. And just before we move on to the preview, I think a really good point was made that, listen, this needs to be covered on all areas, not just social media. This happens at games. There's no point, man them be tweeting, but then when they're standing in the terrace and it gets shouted out and something, no one says nothing. Do you know what I mean? That's not good enough. You got to cover it on all basis. And someone asked me, how long am I boycotting for? Listen, for me, this is about not even this is great as well, because this is cleansing. Do you know what I'm saying? Everybody's really addicted to social media anyway. I feel like a lot of this shit comes from boredom, attention seeking, people trying to say abusive things and racist things towards big names in the community, Ian Wright, etc., because they're looking for attention, because they're bored. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it comes down to. So I think for me, it's never been really too difficult to not be on Twitter. That's nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll happily not go on Twitter. I think that's cleansing. And I think for everybody else, good opportunity for a lot of these man to go outside. Do you know what I'm saying? Go outside, go and breathe some fresh air, go for a walk, go and link someone and just come off the app. Do you know what I mean? Come off these apps Obviously, we'll still upload on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Because this man's livelihood and whatnot. But when it comes to social media, that's not a problem. But yeah, to move on to the preview, Shirley in the background, someone said it already. See, this is what I'm saying with these kits. Do you know what I mean? There's always a sign. It's not just random. I don't do it for no reason. Shirley hat trick at Craven. Do you guys remember that?
Big up Shirley, man. I really did like him.
Big boy performance.
Nice guy.
It was a big boy performance, man. Hat trick at Craven Cottage, and obviously we're at home in this game, so different settings. But yeah, 100%. That's what I'm going for. I'm looking for that type of performance, something solid, no drama. And I think the first comparison I want to make with this game is I compare it a lot to the Southampton game, and I compare it a lot to the West Brom game in different ways. The Southampton game, because they were on a losing run, I think 5 defeats in a row. Fulham on a similar losing run. I think they picked up a point in their last game, but then lost the previous 6 or something. And that in itself, we cannot undermine them or just think that it's going to be an easy day at the office just because they're on a losing run. Exactly, because we saw what happened with Southampton. We dropped points. And then the West Brom comparison is very simple. They're in a relegation fight. They're the only team, I think they're 7 points off the drop. They're the only team in the bottom 3 that even have a chance. They're crawling. Do you know what I'm saying? They're almost down, but they have a small glimmer. And they'll know going into this game they have to win, much like West Brom. So obviously, simple question from the top, Mayo. How confident are you? Because we know this is the type of game where Charity FC turn up. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, you're right. You're right. I'm confident we can win. Like, I'm always confident that this team can win. Where I have an issue is, man, like Dammy.
I know he sent in these emojis, 100%. I can tell. It's not just any day that random emoji just starts coming into the chat like this. I know Dammy sent you, man. Big up Dammy, big up all of you guys.
I'm confident, but it's just that I know that there's going to be squad changes, and I don't know how much that will affect how we start, how we go ahead. Yeah, because I know he spoke in the presser, and they asked him about Gilmour, and they said, "Listen, Gilmour could be in as soon as the weekend. That's the situation at hand," which is, a really good opportunity for him. But I think you guys may have seen the video of Scott Parker's team talk against Liverpool, floating about before that Liverpool game, and what he was saying. They're that type of side. Don't get me wrong, you can score goals against them, but they can play football. They didn't worry us when we last played them, and they can play on the front foot. Yeah. So if you're playing a team that maybe doesn't have the usual partnerships, and it takes you a little bit longer than usual to kind of, find your rhythm, Fulham are the type of team that can exploit that. So I'm confident we can win, but I hope that if we do make the changes that I think we will make, we do start like a house on fire. We start properly. We don't, wait 20 minutes and then realize, you like the ball to your right foot in distance rather than to your left foot. Those little kinks. So yeah, I'm confident. All in all, I'm confident.
Yeah, because that Fulham game that you mentioned previously, that was one of Lampard's last games. We won 1-0 at Craven Cottage. Mason Mount scored the winner. We played like absolute dog shit. I remember it so well. They were down to 10 men. Yeah, man, they were down to 10 men.
They didn't deserve to be down to 10 men as well. They didn't deserve to be down.
Bro, we got life.
He was playing, was it Robinson or the American fullback, innit?
Yeah.
He was playing good that game as well.
He made a stupid challenge, right? That he didn't need to make in our half. He was having a good game up until then as well. They were playing very well. They had a lot of chances on goal. We weren't playing very well, and it's only because. And even when they went down to 10 men in that second half, they were still very organized, very structured. We didn't break them down until the very last minute, really, with Mason Mount. So I know this team are not no joke. So Sam, how do you feel going into it, man? Because we say this every preview, bro. Must win.
Must win. Bro. Must win. I just, what it is? I feel like we actually keep on saying the same things. It's very funny, but I just want us to just bag goals, bro. I just want us to bag goals. I just don't get twisted. Timo turned up for me at West Ham. I was gonna come back here, but then he did a madness in Madrid. So I said I can't really speak on that too much. But don't get twisted. That West Ham goal, very big. very big for our season, isn't it? I don't actually think he'll play this game. Maybe he will and get rested. He won't play Madrid, but yeah, we'll get into that later. But I just think if we're gonna make changes, like Mayo said, yeah, they just have to be the right changes and not too many. I think the way we're playing right now, I feel like we're playing better, more controlled, and that comes from the team, like chemistry, building, playing together, and understanding how each other play and things like that. And even like the players that came off the bench, specifically against Madrid, made very big impacts. Like I feel like we could have scored in that last 20 to 30 minutes when Havertz and Ziyech came on. Like, and that's the stuff that you want to see. You want to see the hunger. So if those guys now start this game, I wouldn't necessarily have an issue with that, because I feel like there's a hunger in our side where they know, okay, cool, this is the playoff period where we actually need everyone to just pull through. Like we need everyone, all hands on deck. Like no mistakes. Yeah, no passengers. No one saying, "Oh, my bad." There's no bad no more, because everything has to be good, bro. Because you know what it is, everything that happens from now on is in our hands. The top four, we win every game, we make top four. FA Cup, we win the game, we win the FA Cup. We win every game in Champions League, we win it. You know what I mean? It's not got nothing to do with anyone else. Like this is all down to us. Like we actually have to just step up, man.
Listen, I love it. It's facts. Do you know what I'm saying? And for me, listen, what you said about Timo Werner was spot on, because when he scored that goal, I said, yes, Sam's in the money now. Do you know what I'm saying?
My stocks went up.
Stocks were going up. You know what I'm saying? Starting to look at the apps, thinking to myself, yo, will I invest a couple little something? And then Real Madrid, and I thought, you know what? Nah.
Bet 212 apps started ringing off, notifications flying in. Sam was looking at his phone like, "Raw, I'm in the red."
Yo, and listen, do you know what? Even against West Ham, he did miss he did miss a sitter as well. But it was the goal that he scored against West Ham. It wasn't even the finish, because the finish was quite simple. It's the build-up, the way that he shrugged off the defender, held it off, played it short. And I just felt, even afterwards, he joked about, he said, "Oh, I should have got 2, but maybe that's a bit too much for me." And I said, ha, 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 ha. But if you do that against Real Madrid, it's going to be a problem, all right? This is not a joke anymore. It's not time for laughs.
What's so funny, I was watching an interview, and he was basically saying, that he could have had 25 goals in the Prem. He's hit the post the most. He's missed the big chances. Like, he comes across as a very aware guy. He knows what's going on.
Yeah.
And that's why, when I see it happen, I'm like,
bro.
The one against Madrid, you know, when you have a headache, like here, this bit of the head. It was paining. It was paining me, because I said, "No, this is the one game you can't." The rest, for the whole season, we've kind of been like,
everyone's playing bad, That was the one game where, that was the one game that he really angered me.
Fam,
no, you know what?
The
worst thing about it is, I promise you, because my Werner stocks are so high, my first reaction was to be like, "Oh, but that was a great save."
You're taking the piss. No
and
way.
then I looked at the replay again. I said, "Damn, just give him no chance, man."
Sam, we can't be doing this. There's no way.
The thing, and the worst thing about it, like, I don't like comparing and doing this whole thing here, but I had to sit myself down and I said to myself, the only person in the team that probably doesn't score that is Aspilicueta. Everyone else scores that chance. Everyone else scores that chance. I was like, why? Why?
I don't know.
Aspie did a great goal in the first home win against.
Yeah, I remember that.
He side-footed that in the top corner, and Aspie's a good penalty taker. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Aspie would have put that in the back of the net.
No, but Aspie's he's a bit like, his mobility is not all that. So I feel like the ball, and then
listen, I think Aspie scores that. I think the only man that don't score that is probably one of the goalkeepers. Do you know what I'm saying? They probably try a header it or something. They would be like, all over this. They probably try and do like a diving header or some shit. Listen, this is not the time for jokes. I like that. Like you said, he's very self-aware. That interview was very self-aware, very composed, very understanding of his own faults and looking to improve. But that little joke that he had with himself and little chuckle, It would have been nice back in December at Christmas time when Santa was coming to
but
town.
big man,
now,
we're in the semi-final of the Champions League.
But that's the thing. That's why I like him to a certain extent, because you can actually see like if you don't want it to get to him where he stops making those runs.
Yeah,
like he is taking it in his stride. Okay, cool. This is the first season where I've not been bagging goals like I'm used to. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and take it in my stride. Like they said, he wanted to do extra training behind. Tuchel said, "Nah, just keep on being in the same positions. It will come because you're used
to extra training." You know? I think Tuchel got that one wrong still.
Listen, Lampard said practice makes perfect when he was younger. Tuchel said, nah, go inside. I'm like, we'll see what happens. But listen, when Thiago Silva's wife starts cussing you, then you know something's gone wrong.
Certain people should be allowed socials during the game and that, man. You're playing against us and that. Like, fam, we don't need these stories.
She said, our strikers don't want to score.
Fam.
She didn't just say one. She said all of them. She said our strikers don't want to score.
Bro, because she's had Cavani at PSG and now she's got Werner doing up this. She had him back in that as well, to be fair. Yeah, but she's very close to saying he's playing against us in the next live, in the next
IG
live.
Yeah.
She's very close.
I guarantee Thiago told her, like, you can't be on live again when our game's going on because this is the normality.
Man said you're embarrassing me from my teammates.
These Brazilian women, they're fiery, you know. Don't think that she's gonna have it. She will bring out the
She wasn't capping. She wasn't capping.
She wasn't capping.
That's a semi-final. It's a semi-final.
I'm telling you, he will still. I promise you guys.
What?
There will be something spectacular.
He's gonna score the goal in the final.
Something spectacular will happen.
Something's coming.
Something's coming.
You see with Torres here, now how Torres was having a torrid time, and you got the goal against Barcelona.
Yeah.
If Timo does have one of their moments against Madrid, is everything forgiven?
It's written in the stars. It's written in the stars. I'm telling you, no one. And the thing is, I don't even want anyone to at me on nothing. Like, I don't want you to shut me on nothing because it is written in the stars. I'm telling you, Timo is gonna come up big in one of these games. He has to. Someone
said Thiago Silva's wife is strapped.
That's too funny.
Listen,
she got very close to the camera, you know. She was vexed.
She loves this game. Do you know what I'm saying? She's really into it. You can see that whole household.
She even said she said my team, my strikers, my strikers. You know they live in a hotel. They live in a hotel. She's that attached to the club.
She's on it. Like all the kids are in the kits and like they're in front of the TV in the living room. It's not a joke. Everybody is ready. Do you know what I mean? Strapped in. For me, like I said, I'm willing to forgive and forget as long as it don't cost us. We need to get through that because do you know what it is? Yeah, I know obviously before we get into Fulham and Gilmour, I know that the expectations of at the start of the season were not final and winning it. Of course not. But
we're there now.
But we're there now. That's what people need to understand. We're here now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
No, but
and I'm gonna be heartbroken if we go out. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is winnable. We ain't playing Bayern Munich or something. This is a winnable game.
It's 2 games. It's actually 2 games.
Bro, we are one game away from Mason Mount walking out and looking at the Champions League and saying, all right, like the trophy's right there, bro. And people think I'm playing. I'm not playing on Wednesday.
No, it's possible. It's possible still. But that's the only thing. We actually need to. I don't know, man, because I don't want to get my hopes up, man. This is what you're doing to me now, like, man. Like I'm in a good spot. I'm in a good spot right now. Before the game this week, I got very nervous on the actual day. Yeah. Then when Puli scored, I was like, "Right, this can actually happen." But then I got shoved back down to earth when Benzema scored that mad goal, bro. And I was like, "Okay, cool." Real Madrid are always that team that can always get it done in it. So I've just got I've always got to have that in the back of my mind. Okay, we've had so many chances. We may even play better in certain periods, but at the end of the day, like Tuchel said, we've only got a few people that have even been to this position in their lives, bro.
Yeah,
this is like the first time they've been there in their lives, bro. So I'm gonna be expecting, but not too much. But one thing I am expecting is a Werner goal at a crucial point.
Someone said that Pulisic thinks it's going to 7 games, and I've not laughed at it so long, bro.
Pulisic is in season. Listen, I said it. I said a couple weeks ago when Mason Mount was doing well, I said I just need 2 more brothers to turn up in that front three. I don't care who.
Word.
And then we're going all the way. Pulisic's here. We just need 1 more man, 1 more rider. Do you know what I'm saying? And we're out. We're out.
But you know what frustrates, man, though, bro. We actually create quite a few chances, bro.
Yeah.
We're actually just lacking that.
We're not perfect.
You know when you get into a position, yeah, and you're hungry to score. Like there's certain teams, yeah, you can see that they're hungry to score. Even with City to a certain extent, I feel like they're lacking that. They're lacking that this season. That's why that game again.
Yeah, I was about to say, because that hunger usually comes from real number 9s, isn't it? Like gunmen. Like when you're like a forward, like you don't have that hunger. Like, you know how we used to say like Harry Kane just wants to score goals, he doesn't care about
score goals. Yeah.
So no matter what happens, he's going to find himself in a position to score goals. Like we don't have that, and don't want to speak about other teams too much, but Cavani, prime example, all he wants to do is score goals. Top corner finishes, diving headers, that's his bread and butter. When you have forwards, it's not sort of like a natural instinct to go and try and grab goals. But we've navigated well. This game will be interesting because someone asked, do we change formation? I feel like we don't. I feel like in general, I don't think we're going to change formation until next season. This is what he's stuck with. This is what he's been using. You know, it's mad when we're playing back 5 and as he's playing wing back, he's not changing formation. So I don't think we will, but it's about, do we change personnel? I reckon so. I reckon this is the game where you see Zuma, you see Gilmour, you see Cho, you see Havertz starting. I was listening to, what's this guy's name? Clint Morrison. And he's so funny. I love him. He's proper he's like roadman pundit, like proper.
He is.
He's got a good squad. They can change the whole squad and still play against them. And I think to myself,
I was like,
realistically, on paper, if it was FIFA, I understand it. I wouldn't do it personally, but on FIFA, you could probably put Kepa in, put Emerson in, put Cho in, I don't think we have enough centre backs to change all of them, but I could understand what he was saying. You could change about 6 and expect Chelsea to do a job, but. Yeah, no, I would keep the formation the same, but there's a few people that I would like to see. Some people saying Tammy Abraham. I would like to see Tammy Abraham play. I'll be honest with you, I do. I feel like he deserves a fair chance. I know Tuchel's not keen on him. Cool. Is Tammy going to leave? Most likely. But I feel like it's only right that he gets his chance to play and to show stuff. Like if everyone else has been dead, let him play. And from an economical standpoint as well.
Stocks.
If he scores, let him show himself. No, but let him show himself. Like let him actually, people are saying what 40 mil. If he gets a couple of goals for the end of the season, that's a young 50. If he doesn't, it's still going to be 40 mil. So yeah, I'd say
the war chest this summer is going to be interesting because there's a lot of money in the depths of this squad. Do you know what I'm saying? Tammy's third choice striker and he can command 40, and no one can tell me he can't command 40 when Ollie Watkins is going for 28, when Solanke's going for 20, and Brewster with his Champions League medals going for 20 as well. I'm not going to hear it.
No, he is. He can go for 40. I mean, this is someone that has shown that he can get 10 goals in the Premier League. Yeah. Is still an England international and is still young. Yeah, you can get 40 mil for Tammy Abraham. People may not like that, but the facts are the facts. It's very possible. We were saying that we could get 30 for Tomori. So why would we get 40 for Tammy? You may not agree with the valuation, but that's the modern market.
So some people say our attack is toothless. I heard a man say our attack is lactose intolerant, and I think that in itself is an interesting one. Do you know what I'm saying? If these brothers don't drink milk, they got fragile bones and whatnot. I'm just thinking to myself, there's not really any stocky, meaty guy up there. Even Tammy's quite flimsy. They're all apart from Giroud, he's the only beefed up brother. Everybody else is very flimsy and laxy daisy and whatnot.
I don't know. You don't have the mobility because he's too jacked. That's the issue.
It's true. I mean, for me, Tony, I wouldn't change formation. I don't know, bro. I just think it's just down to not taking our chances. We create chances against Leeds, 0-0. We create chances, didn't take them. Look, in pre-season, I think you've got more time to change formation, go through tactically. You saw what happened midweek when Real Madrid changed formation. They tried to mirror us. It didn't work. You can't just switch formation like FIFA and think that everybody's just going to know their role, know their job, who to mark, what spaces to tuck into, where to cover. There's a lot that goes into it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not just on the ball, it's off the ball shape as well. So for me to change formation would just be too wild at this point. But I think in the summer, when he's got time, if he's got time, I'll say if because the Euros is on.
The Euros, yeah. Euros in 6 weeks, you know, that's crazy, isn't it?
Mad. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it, to be honest, some nation football. But for now, I think we just need to keep doing what we're doing and try and get the result with the same formation. Someone is saying something spectacular. He'll get one touch right. Are we talking about Timo Werner?
We're talking about Timo.
Sam.
No, but the thing is, yeah, that like I there's a reason Timo is starting ahead of the Girouds, the Tammys, and who else is there? Havertz even.
I agree.
And that is simply the fact that he does cause defenses problems. The only thing he is really missing in his game, aside from the goal scoring, but obviously there's a few touches here and there, but he is improving. Look at the way he held off my man against West Ham, then set it off and then ran into the box. Like, he is improving, and he genuinely wants to learn to be better. He wants to become a great Premier League striker. So I have to be behind him, man. He's our player now. He wants to play well. He plays well without scoring. So if he adds goals to his thing now, it'll be crazy. But I did see that thing. I did see that thing about the Lukaku homecoming, and Lukaku. Not gonna lie, I would chip in. Not gonna lie to you, I'll chip in. I would love Lukaku to come back. I'll put a cheeky tenner. You know what's there, but no.
Redirects the Football Daily bank account down to
no, but word though.
Just type in Chelsea's bank details and whatnot.
That's funny. Still
redirect the funds.
Man said young PayPal, you know. Man said Matisse will send super chat fees for too much to the Lukaku funds.
No, but word though, I would love Lukaku to come back, man. I feel like it's written. Somewhere that he comes back, man.
You might love a good story, innit?
Yeah, man. It's all about the stories.
But the only thing with Lukaku, before we get onto this Tammy thing, and we'll talk about Hudson Odoi and Gilmour as well, specifically, I think they're definitely two big names. I'm talking about players that aren't really playing much, and this is probably their last chance to get a game, because if you look at the rest of the fixtures, there's no real time to give a guy a go. When it comes to this Tammy thing, I did see the thread, and it's similar to what a few people have been saying already, is that, listen, he only plays one position. And as you can see from Tuchel, as you were saying with Werner, he wants players that can play in a multitude of positions right now. Because I've said before, although I want Tammy to get his respect, I know Tammy's not the outright solution. He's not world class. He's got his faults. He can't head the ball. There's certain things that he's lacking as well. Giroud, we just said it. Mayo just said it. No mobility. So we know Tuchel is looking to play with mobility. You know, players interchanging off the ball. You see the way that we press as well from the front. So I can understand why Tammy is not involved as much as he is, maybe because the system doesn't suit him, or he wants fluid forwards. But I think
you hit the nail on the head, to be honest.
For me, though, just to add, he's got to be on the bench sometime, and he's got to come on, because I think if Plan A is not working and you're 0-0 at home to Brighton, then stop all of this extra stuff that we're talking about and just get people onto the pitch that can score goals. Let's go route one. Let's have a plan B. Let's try and get the goal.
But that's the thing. But that's the thing. I like. Don't get twisted. I genuinely do. I do like Tammy. Like even just as a person, yeah. But at the same time, when you I feel like the biggest frustration with Tammy is seeing the size he is, the amount of goals that he has contributed to us. But the fact that he still doesn't, like, his all-around game doesn't complement the way we like to play football in it. Like, and that's just my biggest thing in it. Like, with Werner, you can kind of see where he fits in. Yeah, he doesn't play, but he fits into it. Tammy's just like, if he just added one thing that made him a bigger threat than just, okay, he's got a few goals. He's got the most goals this season, yeah? But if you look at those goals, what games did they come in? Were they winning goals? Were they goals that were?
He did win us a lot of points last season. I think he won us 20 points. Last
season. Last season, 100%. But this season, I wouldn't say that he is. I don't know, man. He's just missing things that I can't.
Tammy's what?
He's 23. 23. Yeah.
He's one of them players. Yeah, like he is still developing as a player. If you get where I'm coming from, and like. He's on them players where typically he's I call them learn on the job players.
Yeah.
Like some players you can coach and they'll get better. Some players you actually have to let them get better as seasons go by and everything. Like, if like for instance, like you can have a player that literally you tell them, look, this like Greenwood. I'm pretty sure that if you told Greenwood do this and do that, boom. But Tammy's a learn on the job sort of player, and like he can't get better by just the coaching. He has to play the games and everything. And I feel like with Chelsea, because of where we are, under Lampard in that first season, it was perfect because it was like, listen, we just need to move and operate.
Yeah.
When it came to we need to be at this standard, it then becomes harder for him because it's like you're not giving us what we need. Where he's unfortunate now is what you said, Matisse. That with what Tuchel requires from a forward, he doesn't think he's good enough as a centre forward, and he doesn't think he can do the stuff as a forward in general. Like if he was a gunman centre forward, I reckon that he would be in the team. It's kind of like what Tuchel did at PSG. Like he would have one centre forward because he thought, you are capable of doing what I need. But if you're not, then I'm gonna have to make things work. And the thing is, that's not fault on him. It's just that's what happens. That's what happens in certain clubs where the manager says, you know what, this is what I require. What I want for him is if he's going to leave, go somewhere, flourish, and prove to everyone that you are a good player. What is man saying in the comments?
Nah, I saw something. I'm not even going to repeat.
There's a lot going on. But just to answer what's on the screen, it is partly because he doesn't rate him high enough. Like we're saying, if he was world class, then we wouldn't have to go with fluid forwards, and we would go with just an out-and-out striker. Lukaku, Haaland, these are brothers that can get you 25,
just mashers. They're just mashers. They just mash goals.
So it's worth compensating what you had previously, because these guys will finish their dinner. But if you you're bringing Giroud or Tammy in and they're not 25, 30 goal a season strikers and you can't rely on them every game, then you won't sacrifice your build-up play, or you won't sacrifice your running down the channels or pressing from the front, defensive shape and covering different zones and rotating positions and whatnot, because Mount is interchangeable. Ziyech, we know he can pick up central areas and score. Werner can pull out wide. So he's going with very similar, I guess, to what Man City do. They don't have a focal point up front because Aguero's injury prone and Gabriel Jesus isn't good enough. So they go with a fluid front three and they try to walk the ball in, and they try to always, a lot of the time score the perfect goal, which is what we're trying to do.
Jesus kind of reminds me of what Tammy's situation as well, though. Like he's got a few goals, but he's not a masher. And if you're not a masher, then you can be sacrificed.
Yeah, and a top team, if you're going to be a centre forward, you have to be you can't be like a bit part player. You have to be you have to be the guy. Like that's the reality of it. So but no, in terms of like Fulham, like I would like to see him in some capacity. We going into the lineup.
Yeah, I have to ask as well, just before we get into the lineup, Hudson Odoi, do you guys want to see him play in this game? Because a lot of people are asking in the comments about Hudson Odoi.
Yeah, no, definitely.
His situation.
Yeah, because I mean, like you said, this is the last opportunity for a lot of people. Like realistically, how many league games you've got left, including this Fulham game?
5 games, I believe.
5 games. So essentially, we have 5 games in the league, plus the FA Cup final, plus the return leg of the semi, and the potential final. We have 8 games left this season. After the next 2 games, you'll know whether that's going to be how mad they're going to be, because I feel like the top 4 race could potentially go down to maybe the last 2 games.
Yeah, so, I think it will. I just think it will.
If you want to be playing, you need to take your chances, and I think this is one of them games where he can, potentially show that, listen, I can help with this running, because I feel like with the rest that's going to be needed, I think Madrid have got Osasuna. They're going to be so calm. They're going to be so ready for the next game. So like we need to be.
The La Liga race is tight though. And
it's tight.
Osasuna, Madrid should be able to beat Osasuna.
You think so?
You say that, but their league is gone.
No, 100%. But they will look at Osasuna and be like, "It's Osasuna." I don't even know where Osasuna.
That Osasuna is our Fulham minute.
Facts.
They're probably like in Spain in the marker. They're like, "Yo, they got Fulham. This is gonna be rough. It's game over." They're probably light work.
Let me get Osasuna's record this season. Let me, especially
Osasuna that bad, because listen, Fulham are still. Do you know what I'm saying? Fulham are where Fulham are. So
I
know the Spanish press will be looking at Fulham and thinking they're the Osasuna of our league. So
The one thing I was going to say about it,
Osasuna got 3 wins in the last
that's
5.
even.
No,
that's
but it's
even
their record against Madrid. When they play Madrid,
okay.
Madrid just bust it
Fulham
open.
can't chat to Osasuna like that.
Madrid just bust it open.
One thing I was going to say about,
first half, 2 goals, we're done. Like Madrid,
Madrid aren't that good in La Liga this season. They haven't been that good.
Madrid have the ability to score 2 goals, know that the game is done. We, on the other hand, I've seen it once. I've seen it once.
Let me go and look at
I hear you. No, the one thing I was going to say about Hudson Odoi, I think he's biggest. I think it's not even a flaw. I just think it's something that he can improve on, isn't it? Like just his goal contributions. Contribution. Like if he gets more goals, gets more assists, he delivers amazing balls. Sometimes he brings a good energy. But if that can transform into him getting assists, getting goals, getting the pre-assists even, then I feel like he would definitely be involved because Tuchel was favouring him when he first came in, and it's only the last few weeks that we've seen him not really be in and around the squad. But I won't say that's down to him not playing well. I just think like a lot of the players that we've had this season, they've just kind of gone through the motions and. Like it's harder. I feel like it's harder. This is what I say to my Saturday league team. Anyway, it's harder to tell someone what to do. When they have a good game, but not as effective. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Hudson Odoi, when he plays, he has good games, but it's not as effective as he can be. Like in the final third, he can definitely contribute more. And if he does that, then I don't think there will be any doubt of him being in the squad for our last few games, man. Because
the only thing that in his defense before we do the lineup is just that every attacking midfielder's output this season has been needy. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird how he's not getting like a shout right now, considering how he started like so well under Tuchel at right wing back. But it's one of those ones. We'll go into the starting 11. I mean, listen, obviously goalkeeper. That's not even something that's easy to decide anymore because Kepa's been playing and he's been keeping clean sheets. So is anybody gonna throw something wild out here?
No. Mendy, get Mendy.
I need Mendy because I need him to be like limber for the Madrid game. I don't want him to forget how to goalkeep because he didn't play that. So let's keep him in there still.
Keep Mendy.
All right, I agree with you there. And then when we go to the 3 at the back now, this is where it gets interesting because we spoke about it. Real Madrid. I think Thiago Silva for me is not going in. I think resting for Real Madrid.
Is missing the game. From what I remember,
who's out?
Rudiger's got a knock.
Oh, he has. Yeah. So Rudiger and Kova have got knocks.
Yeah.
So shit. I mean,
Zuma, Christensen, Aspie.
Yeah.
That's where it has to be unless you put Reece James, and we know that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So Zuma on the left-hand side, Christensen in the middle, and Aspie on the right.
Aspie on the right.
Yeah. I would agree with that. Yeah, I would agree with that because I think Thiago Silva definitely needs a rest because he's going to have to play the Real Madrid game and then next week against City he's got to play as well.
We have to look after the uncle.
And we know Christensen's playing that right side centre back role quite nicely, so let him have his breather before he comes back. He'll probably come back against Real Madrid. I don't think he wants to play without Christensen, and I think he wants Christensen and Thiago Silva together. Because they're both very good on the ball, and obviously he wants to play out the back, so he's actually going with both of them now. So maybe that's why it has to be
fair play. It's fair play to Christensen to forget actually being in that picture, like we said a few months ago. It's actually fair play to the kid. Hold tight lace wherever he is.
Yeah, he's literally kicked Aspie out of his own position, which is nuts.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
the wing backs, for me, Reece James on the right because he didn't play midweek.
I agree.
Left hand side.
Say it.
Nah, I can't.
Say it. Aerial threat. Goal scorer. His last game for us. His last game before he returns to Spain. Say it.
No, wait. Let me check who's on the wing for Fulham before I speak.
You right out thinking mad stuff.
If I see any pace out there, it's not happening.
You got to remember the only white person in the team is Anderson. Everyone's black and young, so it's going to be Luke Moon or Bobby Reed or something. It's going to be pace. It doesn't matter who it is.
Chilwell has to play. Chilwell has to start in it. I don't want to see no one tracking back.
Not even young Emerson.
Nah.
Emerson's not doing it for me. I can't lie to you.
Chilwell needs a run of games, man. This is good for him.
So Bobby Reed and Lookman on the wing, because that's what happened against Arsenal 4-4-2. They need to win the game, so you're gonna play Alonso. Do you know what? Zuma's quick recovery. He's quick. Oh, Mayo, you're muted.
I can't.
You can come on second half and play up top. Let's play Chilwell, man.
You're both going with Chilwell, yeah?
Chilwell.
Chilwell's young, man. You should be able to
play these games. Yeah, man. All of this,
he's a young man.
Fam. Play back to back, fam.
Do you know what it is, yeah? For me, because Chilwell's gonna play every game until the end of the season. For me,
He might not do.
He might have to.
No, but if we beat Fulham,
what? Do you trust any of these other men to play?
But who actually no? Because we've got City, innit?
Yeah, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm going Alonso, innit? I'm going Alonso. It's time. It's time. No, you've convinced me, innit? You've convinced me. We need goals. Do you know what I'm saying? We need that guy at the back post who's just goal hanging and slaps that. Bro, if Alonso was in the box for that shot that Werner had against, that would have been in the back of the net. You know how he likes to charge into the box and
yeah.
I just think it's shithousery time, innit? I think it's Alonso time.
But going back to what you said, yeah, realistically, we're gonna have most of the ball. If it does break and Zuma's on that side, you make a very fair point. I would expect us to be able to deal with that. I'll be honest. I would hope anyway. So even if Alonso is on this mad thing, what? Man, am I jumping on Alonso false 9? Yeah, listen, that's the new movement.
He would bag goals.
I gotta take that risk because listen, Tomori on that left hand side against Liverpool when Alonso played there, he cleaned up nicely for him. Zuma's quite quick. And I just think to myself, like you said, we're going to dominate. We need numbers in the box. Alonso can head the ball. He can shoot. Chilwell's been playing very well. And Chilwell, for me, has got to play nearly probably every game until the end of the season with the caliber of teams we're playing. So I think this is the last time for Chilwell to just get that last breather. Do you know what I'm saying? Get that last drink, because after that, you're gone. You're in every game. And then
I wouldn't be mad at either, but I think...
I wouldn't be mad.
I think you might have to play Alonso with the amount of games.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it, and then it's time for the midfield. Gilmour for me, he's got to start.
Billy.
It's time for Billy. It's time.
Who's he playing with though?
I think he's got to play with Jorginho.
He does.
Same. He does, but
because
there's something about that though. I'm worried about that for some reason.
No. Do you know why you can't be worried? Because Mason Mount is still in the team.
Yeah.
You're right.
You can't be worried. Mason Mount won't let nothing run behind him.
But Willie, I feel like Mount might get rested.
He can't get rested. There's no such thing.
I feel like he will. I've got a feeling that he will, man. There's just something telling me. Yeah, he is, but he's still human. You know what I mean?
I know.
He's still human. So
when he comes out, the balance is gone for me.
Mason Mount, Mason Mount might be the only Chelsea player that doesn't have to train anything. Like, literally just rest up, put him in wall, look after him and everything. Because he is our franchise player. He has to play. He has to. It's like LeBron. What would we do?
Yeah, he's like Doncic, fam. He's actually
Mount. Listen, they said it. Mason Duracell Mount. You know what I'm saying?
He has to play.
I'm gonna leave him in because for me, I think we're gonna have a lot of the ball. They're gonna try and counter us, and I think Billy and Jorginho are both great on the ball. They should have a little bit of something there because they both like to get on it and dictate. Gilmour's got the mobility as well to cover.
Who did he play with against Liverpool when we played him that time?
I think they played him with Barkley. Barkley definitely played. Did he? No, Barkley played against Everton. Was it?
Oh, look it up.
Who played that? Gilmour played with who? Kante?
I feel like it was Jorginho. I'm sure it was Jorginho.
I don't remember. I can't remember. That's way too back for me. But I think for me, Billy Gilmour's got to start. I think Kante's got to rest. Because again, Kante's one of them guys.
Kante is going to be. Hey, listen, that game midweek, Kante is in for.
Game of his life.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even mind if he didn't play after that. I'll play after that game, but I need everything from him.
After that game,
everything. He can just chill. I need everything from him in that game, man.
And you know Kante as well. If you take the piss with it, it'll get that little knock, and then suddenly you're screwed. Jorginho doesn't really pick up too many injuries from what I've seen
because he doesn't run that fast.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? He can't exactly. He don't run that fast anyway. So he's
Jorginho, he plays like them old school white man at goals. Like stays in the middle of the park.
Just stays in the same place, and the pivot, the turning is just incredible.
Yeah. So man, that's how I'm going with that. So yeah, Kante, Gilmour pivot, front three. Mason Mount's got to play ahead of them because again, it's just the balance of the team. It's got to happen. If you can take him off at 60 because the game's won, fantastic. That's what he would be my first sub if the game's done. I have a funny feeling it won't be done because it's Chelsea. You know what I mean? And
so
then
you've got Mount. Who's your other two? This is where it gets interesting.
Hudson Odoi and Giroud.
Havertz.
I'm saving Kai for Real Madrid. I can't lie to you.
Kai's not starting against Real.
He has to for me. It's happening.
What you saying? What? No Timo?
No Timo. I'm not doing it. Not on my watch.
No.
You think?
No.
Listen,
A man said you had your chance. You're out.
You had your chance. It's the second leg of the Champions League semi-final. I'm not here for no nonsense. Nothing stopping me.
I'm all here for the redemption story, innit?
Redemption.
Like a man didn't score it. A man didn't score a clean cut. He's gonna bang it outside of the box. Second leg.
This brother's gonna put me 6 feet under if I have to watch him against Real Madrid in the second leg. No chance.
Listen, they're saying.
Don't talk about my boy like
they are saying that Ramos may be back for that game. You know.
Yeah, no.
They're saying Ramos might be back for that game. I hear both. I don't think Giroud will start though.
No, he won't. No. I would like Giroud in this game.
Havertz has to start. Havertz has to start. Havertz and Cho.
If we are playing Mount,
I don't think Mount's going to play, man. Ziyech is, I guarantee it, man.
Blood clot.
I don't see it happening. I think what I think it's going to be.
The two is thingy, Bob. You said it's Gilmour,
Jorginho. Imagine no Mount. Right, you're going wild with that. That midfield shot.
I don't trust any other forwards to be competent enough to help out.
Yeah, Ziyech is meant to be able to do that, coming from the Ajax system, but I don't know.
It's going to be Ziyech, Havertz, and Cho.
I'm going for it. I'm going to trust Ziyech. I'm going to trust Ziyech to do it.
If Ziyech is smoking C-sharp before the game, he's not going to remember to get back.
No, I'm going to trust him to do it. I'm going to go Ziyech. Actually, but if you have Ziyech on one side and Cho on the other side, that's just...
Nah, that can't work. That
doesn't...
It can work. It can
come like one training game, bro. Come like one training game.
You lot are boiling it. You lot are boiling it.
You did like, bro.
You lot are boiling it.
Do you know what I mean? It's like going to a restaurant. You're ordering too many things that you don't usually get. You need to go with a solid starter or a main or a dessert that you know is going to give you a 7 out of 10.
On the lamb, you got to pick one.
It can 100% work. I'm telling you, Havertz, Ziyech, and Cho. You man are.
Bro, have you seen
really...
Ziyech and Havertz play together? They take up the same spaces. They're bumping into each other. It's like the weekend.
What are you saying? What Pulisic?
It's like it's all over the place.
Pulisic not starting? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, Pulisic can't start. I don't.
Pulisic ain't touching that pitch. No chance. No.
We have to look after him.
Yeah.
Bro, don't even have him on the bench.
Word.
Oh man. I'll be honest. If we're going for that midfield two, Havertz in the middle. I like the sound of that.
I'm cool with that too. I'm cool with that. Gotta be Mason and Cho, bro. It's gotta be.
No, Mason give me my guy some rest.
Mason don't even know what rest is, bro.
You may have to play Werner. I can't even lie to you. You may have to.
Oh, you lot are taking a mic. I'm not gonna lie to you.
God give me strength.
What? I'm saying what? Werner have to play.
Fam, Havertz, Cho, Ziyech.
Bro,
that's it.
Have you seen Havertz and Ziyech play together?
Bro, you're the same one that said go for it. You're the same one that said go for it. So no Mason Mount. That is going for it.
No Mason Mount.
So what? Zuma from corners. Is that what we're relying on? Well, no, but we've got Alonso on the pitch. We've got Alonso.
If that's what you're doing.
Wait, Sam. So you're gonna have Alonso and who on that left side?
Alonso and
Ziyech.
Zuma, fam. Alonso and Zuma, the left
Nah,
side.
you lot,
goals are coming from.
you lot are really.
Alonso and Ziyech on one side.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? It can work, fam.
Hey,
This is a, like I said, no more passengers, fam. When they came on, obviously Mount was still on. Wait, was Mount still on? Yeah, he was still on against Madrid when Havertz and Ziyech came on. Bro, they played well together.
no, it's
They
not.
played
I mean,
well
it's
together.
not even Havertz and Ziyech. I think that can work. For me, it's like if you're playing Havertz, Ziyech, and Cho, it means that Havertz has to be centre forward. There's none of this rotating.
There's no dropping. Yeah.
But
There's
that's
none of
fine
it.
though.
And
You've got
who's
to
gonna? And I have to ask you, because Havertz likes to come to the ball.
Who's going to go into the box?
Who's gonna run him beyond? Who's gonna run him beyond? I just see
These are
pure
things.
crosses
These are
coming
things
in
that
and nobody's in
Tuchel
the
has to
box.
tell them in training. He has to tell them in training because he's gonna point. You know them gaffer training sessions, yeah. When he points at the start, he's like, "Mount's been running all week. He's been running all week and he's not playing. So you guys are gonna have to step up, fam. You're gonna have to step up. You actually have
I'm
to.
just
None of
worried.
this.
I'll be honest, yeah, I can see the vision, but I'm just worried because naturally, like, Havertz does this thing where he's involved in the ball in it. So when he drops in now, I don't know if Cho's not goal orientated, and Ziyech likes scoring the tapping. So like, I don't know. Like, man said, Havertz and Ziyech are two vibes.
Bear man agree. All right, we're going with Sam's front three because the chat.
Thank you.
Saying,
I beg you bring up that comment, please. That comment is hilarious.
Which one? They said let Sam front three eat. That's what they said.
Fam, let them eat. Fam, let them eat.
A man said, yeah, the only thing them man track is parcels and that.
You're taking a piss. You're taking.
The only thing they track is parcels. Where's that?
That's
That must be way up.
That's hilarious.
Oh my god. Ziyech, Havertz, Pulisic. Pulisic can't. No. Pulisic. No, Matthias. Bro, you're gonna put him in a stretcher.
No, you have to rest Pulisic, man.
He's got to rest. He's fine. Don't worry. It's not about that with him. It's just about being fit. Havertz and Ziyech are fluid. This attack needs creativity. Mount sits easy. All right. Let's see how it rolls. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you, guys.
Without Mason Mount, I'm a little bit worried. And I'm a bit worried about, Ziyech and Havertz bumping into each other. But if they can stay out of each other's way, then it could run. And then Hudson Odoi is going to have to make them runs. Do you know what I'm saying? He's going to have to make them runs.
Bro, like you said at the beginning, this is probably the most important period of our season. It is the most important period of our season. And these men need to step up. Yeah, so we're not hearing no more excuses of we haven't played to get none of this stuff anymore. You know what I mean? Everyone needs to pull through. They're fighting for their shirt. They're fighting for their shirt to play in the semi, in the FA Cup final, for the rest of the games this season. Everyone is fighting. So we're gonna need to see it. None of this. Like I believe that these lot know that this is the case as well. So let's trust them. Trust Havertz, and Cho. No, good, because you're not believing in the ballers, bro. You're not believing in the ballers. You gotta believe.
I believe. Ball. Let the ballers ball. Let the ballers ball.
I get that. No.
For some extra pace, we made bring it.
No. He's enjoying training right now, but he's not getting involved.
Andrew and Bate and all them brothers, that was all Luton and Mac.
I didn't want Werner to start. I said you might have to. Because the way the lineups were sounding, there's
no runner. But
Tuchel likes a running man. He likes a energy crew man.
But don't say it like
no. But in general, deep it, yeah. No Mount and no Timo, yeah. That's no energy crew. We've gone from dubstep to slow jams. You get me? Like something's happened.
Man said the DJ didn't mix it properly.
Hey, here's this no guy. This guy said this ain't Barnes.
This ain't Barnsley. That's what they're saying. This ain't Luton Town, Macclesfield.
No cap though.
No, it's true. It's not. It's not time for that. It's not time.
Billy's the only man that's allowed through.
Yeah,
he's the only man that's allowed through right now. Every other man, pre-season we go again.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. pre-season we go again. But as for now, let these man ball.
I would love nothing more for Hudson Odoi, Havertz, Ziyech to just link up and flicks and tricks.
It's possible. It is. It's not impossible. It is possible. And when you have most of the possession, it's possible. But like I'm saying, Havertz can't drop deep and do all of that stuff. And if one of them has to drop deep, for me personally, it has to be Ziyech. And then the other two can be in front, and then he can, play the ball and that.
Yeah.
Like, if Havertz comes deep and then them man start following each other, oh my gosh.
It's long. If Havertz drops deep, this don't work immediately.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Work.
He has to play as a number 9.
Yeah.
And that's what gives the argument. Like, if you need a number 9, why don't you play Tammy? But that's a conversation for another day. Because...
but don't get twisted. I wouldn't be shocked to see Tammy start this game as well, just because his record against teams that have just got promoted are quite good. So
it is
that might be a possibility.
We ain't seen him against Brighton.
Wait, hold on. It's true, no, Sam. That's a fan still. You can't be wearing PSG when we could play them in the final. That's a mad thing.
Hey, nah, listen. I'm Mbappe and Neymar FC until we buck them in it. I'm Mbappe and Neymar FC. I want them man to smoke City, but them man were moving all crazy in the wall.
Yeah.
Like,
the first leg was. Me too.
It's true. It's not futsal. You need the runners, bro. It's true.
Nah, you lot are taking a piss.
Listen, it's Craven Cottage, isn't it? It may as well be the cage. Do you know what I mean?
No, real talk. You know how small that pitch is, fam.
Matthias says guarantee Thomas Tuchel starts Pulisic, no babysitting. I would be shocked if he starts him.
Yeah, I'll be very shocked, and I would. That means he's desperate and he doesn't feel any of the other wingers because
he's Pulisic. Do you remember cheese strings? You know when you go like that and just goes.
Yeah. You're taking it too far. It will break eventually. I wouldn't be surprised if that brother doesn't even come out for the warm up. Honestly, it's too much.
No, rules.
It's too much.
It's at Stamford Bridge.
I need to stop doing it, bro. We don't want. We didn't say we want.
It is at Stamford Bridge. Yeah.
Runners. It's not about I don't want no 100-meter runner, but the way Chelsea play, it's about movement and open up the spaces. That's why Timo Werner is still in the team. He's not scoring, but his movement, he's causing problems off the ball. The players that we want to play are technically astute players, which is great. But the issue with players that are very similar is that sometimes they want to do the same thing. That may cause an issue. That's all I'm saying.
Matthias is on something else. He's on a whole different front three. This brother said Havertz has to drop deep, fill in that space.
No, but it can work though. It can work though.
No, but he's saying
Pulisic is playing. If
Pulisic is playing, it makes sense. But Pulisic, I don't think Pulisic is playing.
I'm guessing Matthias doesn't have Ziyech in his team. He's dropping.
But Cho can go that way as well, fam. You man, trust me, it will work. And I'm actually quite. I really believe.
What side is Cho on?
Left.
So what Cho Alonso thing?
Yeah, calm.
And then who's on the right? What, Reece James and Ziyech?
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
They've shown something. Yeah.
That's beautiful. It can work.
Hudson Odoi and Havertz got a bit of chemistry as well from that West Brom comeback. I remember it well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Who are the centre-backs again?
Zuma and Christensen.
No. Was it Christensen? Yeah, it was Christensen.
Yeah.
Zuma from deep, that's calm. You know what? I'm convinced. You convinced me still. You have enough in the rest of the team to.
I guarantee. I'll be shocked if this isn't the lineup. Like if we haven't got 9 out of 11 players correct, I'll be shocked.
Someone said, chill out and watch NBA or something. Facts.
No, he needs to watch highlights of LeBron. That's what he needs to do in the playoffs against Golden State because we need that form.
Second leg against Real Madrid, I need him to be on some smoke. You know what I mean?
I need some clinical stuff. None of this missing opportunity stuff.
I need him on smoke how he has been. Do you know what I mean? That lockdown Pulisic, playoff Pulisic, everything. That's what I need. So forget this game.
That was well taken, though. I don't think we mentioned it, but it's a really well taken goal.
It was. Just to wrap up on that good note. It was a well taken goal. Rudiger goes well. Doesn't get credit much for the pass on socials, but that was great.
But people, I feel like people disrespect Rudiger, man.
Yeah, it's because he's flinging man in training and whatnot. Do you know what I mean? That's why.
No, but he's playing well, bro.
I give him so much respect because after last season, he had a terrible season, but he's really worked hard to turn it around. And when we bought him, he was supposed to be our A centre back, innit? He's actually showing, last season was bad, but I am a good defender. And like
He's
he
solid,
does some
man.
funny stuff. You know, when he tries to dribble with the ball and everything.
I know,
like,
but
he's
no,
going
but
on
you know
some-
what? He's an athlete. Like he's,
Yeah.
you know, the man that
Yeah.
pass, tap it forward, and they're running like this.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a runner's run, like it's not a footballer
Rudiger
run.
is
It's like
making
a
some
proper.
lazy runs.
Yeah.
Oh, word.
Proper runs.
It's too funny.
And he's one of these shots are gonna go in. Don't be surprised if man scores a 40-yard against Courtois, bro. Don't get
That's the
twisted.
one. That's the one.
No,
thing I
don't be
agree
surprised.
with. The shots are not going in. He needs to stop that. He needs to stop these shots.
No, they're good. They're good strikes, fam. He's getting behind it. He's getting behind it.
That's too
Oh
funny.
my days! And you know what? Another important part of this preview in the press conference was Tuchel actually did speak about Loftus-Cheek, which is
mad.
really, yeah. He spoke about him and he kind of said that he may have a future. He didn't really say it like that. He said that nothing's decided yet because he hasn't seen him in person. He doesn't want to go off what he's seen on TV or whatnot. He said he compared him back in the day to a bit of a Ballack in Germany. They kind of looked at him as that type of mold of player.
I think he only did that because he knows that's what the man them call him. I'll be honest.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ocean Ballack.
Yeah,
Tuchel's a smart guy, you know.
I think
He is.
I think he's trying to, you know, after the Super League and that, like you have to keep the fans in the right place.
Yeah.
Like with Loftus-Cheek, like really good guy. Like I've always liked him as a player. I just feel like with him, he has not kicked on as he was supposed to. The injury is a major part of it, but he's not kicked on. He's not imposed himself on that Fulham squad. Same way Barkley did well. He didn't impose himself on that Villa squad.
Yeah.
And like these men are not the first names in the pecking order anymore.
Yeah.
It's getting to a point now where it's like you man could be used as collateral to kind of fund us to get someone else, or we look at younger players. I don't feel like his stock is what it once was, and that's just unfortunately
It's a shame, man.
how
The
it goes.
injuries, yeah.
He when coming through and everything, you could see the talent, but even to a certain extent, with where Loftus-Cheek is in his career now, does he want to be a centre mid? Does he want to be a cam? Remember when Conte said I would like to try him up front? He's still not. Same thing with Barkley. You can't definitely say this is where that person is going to play. And these men are what 25 and what?
Yeah.
Barkley,
if we're taking nostalgia aside, there's actually no space for him in this squad. Like, no, especially not in this formation. In this formation, hell no. Maybe if it was 4-3-3, you could do the Eden Hazard thing in 18-19 and say you're going to try and rejuvenate that. But I think, to be honest, I'd say even Gallagher's ahead of them in the pecking order in terms of getting a look in because he's younger and he might get another loan or something. But Chelsea got too many midfielders, man.
It's a shame, man. It's a shame. And the worst thing with ROC is the fact that the injury that he got was for a meaningless game. So I will never forget that game was so stupid. And it basically ruined his
comments,
future at Chelsea, fam. It's deep, man.
These comments are so funny, bro. It's like when people type here, they have like a smirk on their face. Man said,
"100%, 100%." Look at even these emojis. Look at it, the way it's pointed towards what he said.
That's too funny, man.
Big up to you guys. Great chemistry and speaking sense. Big up to you, Patrick, man. Much appreciated. Yeah, man. This is the preview gang. Do you know what I'm saying? We're coming to crunch time now in the end of the season. And you just know Ramos will come with this Iniesta moment. Please don't
say stuff like that, man. Don't say stuff like that.
I've said it, you know. I've already said that's the vision I had. Can't lie to you. I had this vision.
I've had a vision of Werner. In it. So I'm not gonna let that vision go.
Cross comes in 90th minute. Ramos with the header. I'm telling you, it's long.
I'll be gassed for Rudiger to score the deciding goal.
Werner, bro. Bro,
let it go, bro.
If Werner bags the winning goal, the next stream I come on, I'll be topless with Werner written on my chest, fam. I promise you. I promise you.
That's a deal. I promise you.
Werner on my chest, bro. Werner on my chest in blue.
That's too funny.
Oh, people, we're gonna wrap up. Obviously, that's the preview for the Fulham game. Lots going on. Do you know what I mean? Lots going on. Lots of big statements from Sam. Do you know what I'm saying? If that Werner goal happens, fam, just remember the preview for Man City is gonna be wild. It's gonna be mad. Sam, bro, let them know what's going on. Let them know where to find you. content coming out.
Oh no, that's funny. Well, don't let me down because I'm actually full on doing that. But yeah, no. Underscore Sam O on Instagram, Twitter. Follow that up. YouTube as well. Sam O did an episode this week on the best managers in history. If you want to, add your 2 pence in that video, go in the comments and let me know what you think. But yeah, man, subscribe, like, notification, all of that. YouTube.
Love that. Sam's YouTube is going into the chat now. Make sure you, man, go and subscribe. The link has just gone in. The chat's going mad, so hopefully that's even, you know what I'm saying. But they're all saying they clipped it as well. You man that clipped it, subscribe as well. I want to know that it's real. I want to know that's real. Do you know what I'm saying? So go and subscribe. And yeah, Mayo, bro, let them know where to find you. Any content coming out.
Oh man.
Actually, there was something that happened that was brazy with you. What was that all about? Explain that to me.
Basically, Eze was announced for New Balance, so we helped do the shoot and everything, and then we worked on him to basically make this letter to like younger ballers about his journey. So if you check out Versus, there's a letter from Eze that kind of details his career. Like, he got released by 7 clubs. Check that out. Yeah, there's pictures to the shoot on my gram, which is myrecordy_. Stoppage Time will come out on Monday. And of course, make sure you watch it because Fuad is going to get grilled because they have now lost a third manager that they wanted to hire because Ten Hag signed an extension.
They're going through it. They're linked to Scott Parker.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
And who else that one? Graham Potter.
Potter.
Good options,
Southgate. Someone said that Steve McCarron might get the job, This
is their level. This is their level. This is their level.
That's what they get. That's what they get though for sacking Mourinho. I don't care what anyone says. Don't care what. Like, not even the Poch. You could see both sides. It was still mad, but the Mourinho sacking a week before finals, the dumbest decision I've seen from a club in a long time. If
Southgate goes there, it's gonna be peak.
Yeah. I think they're trying to do that to maybe keep Kane. Southgate, he's got a little relationship with Kane, and he
ain't got no power like that. No way.
Yeah, nah.
No chance. No chance.
Even straight.
Mad. All right. Well, people, listen. That's it. Obviously, social media boycott continues. Man wasn't really bothered about tweeting anyway, so it's going to be a nice break. So really, the only place you'll be able to catch me on is on here. So make sure you subscribe. Notifications on. The review is going to come out again tomorrow after the Fulham game, Dammy and Anita. And then Sunday, 10 p.m. on Sunday, the new show continues. The Oil Boys, Big Steve, Saj, Monster. And then we move on to Madrid. So, yeah, check that out. Subscribe, notifications on. Keep an eye on my stories. I'll keep you updated there potentially. But that's really as much as as far as it's going to go. And I'll see you, man, in a bit. Do you know what I'm saying? Good luck. Everybody's heart pressure. Remain stable. Real Madrid coming soon, but we got to focus on Fulham first. In a bit, people. Peace.